And now from our studios in downtown Winnipeg, it's time for 107 Live.
My name is Simeon Rusnak, and I'm particularly delighted to introduce this next group. The Olexander Koshetz Chamber Choir are live here in the studio as Classic 107 Live continues at the station and on the Morning Blend. Led by director Miroslava Pacis, here they are to perform.
Ding dong, 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 ding 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 ding. Kolada, 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 kolada. Колядка від хати до хатки, від серця до серця в золотих ясельцях, від серця до серця в золотих ясельцях. Коляда, 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 коляда. Коляда, колядка, тоненька укладка, на вустах із чиста, вовіки і прісно, на вустах із чиста, вовіки і прісно. Незатеслі звірські, почу смірські, дякували Богу за таку дорогу, дякували Богу за таку дорогу. Коляда, коляда, коляд, коляда, колядка, коляда, коляда, коляд, коляда, колядка. У серці носили, в голосі зродили, зіронькою ясно землю освітили, зіронькою ясно землю освітили. Коляда, 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 колядка, медове дитятко, на синій у яслах малесеньке щастя, на синій у яслах маленьке щастя. Мамину колінку, таку дитинку, укладає спати, коляда, колядка, укладає спати, коляда, колядка, коляда, коляда, коляд, коляда, колядка, коляда, коляда, коляд, коляда, колядка. Коляда, коляда, вінналі духанки, коляда, коляда, вінналі духанки. Дing-dong, ding-dong, ding.
Absolutely fantastic. Members of the Olexander Koshetz Choir live here in the Classic 107 studio. And I'm now going to be joined for a bit of conversation with choir president Scott Armstrong and director Miroslava Pacis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, well, thanks so much for making it out on this chilly Saturday morning. We definitely appreciate it. And if you want to talk just a little bit about, for those of us who aren't Ukrainian speakers, what did we just hear?
We heard one of the new composers, Ukrainian carol that has been just recently written. Her name is Lilia Kabilnik. She's from Lviv, and she's coming from the choir herself. So her background is chorister as well. So wonderful, fresh carol that has modern harmonies to it, yet traditional words and traditional approach.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a rich arrangement. It sounds absolutely lovely and performed so exquisitely at 11 in the morning. So, again, we really appreciate you coming down. And the choir is named in memory of Olexander Koshetz. Can you speak a little bit about him?
Absolutely. Koshetz himself was a great statesman for Ukraine. For a very short period earlier this century, last century, Ukraine had its independence, and Koshetz was chosen to lead a kapella outside of Ukraine to show the world what Ukrainian singing was about. We are named after him. He never actually touched upon our choir. This choir was formed by his wife, Tatiana. She's had an incredible impact on Winnipeg between Koshetz and Olexander. She's given us a great deal of culture to be proud of. We had a long-time conductor, Walter Klimpew, as well in our past. Walter did incredible things for a man who had very little training but a lot of passion. Now we have Mira, who has an amazing amount of training and an amazing amount of passion. Very fortunate.
Well, absolutely. And you can hear that passion in the singing. And, Mira, would you mind speaking a little bit about your choral journey and your journey with Koshetz?
Oh, it is very interesting. When I was a student in music college, it was mandatory for us to go and listen different choirs that come touring to Ukraine. And one of those years, in 1993, Koshetz came to
what are the chances?
to the place where I was studying. And I had to go to the concert. I couldn't miss it. It was mandatory at that time. Well, I was fascinated by the choir. They were wonderful. And I never thought that when I actually immigrate to Canada, I'll be so close with this choir, and I'll be one of their great conductors.
Yes, one of our great conductors.
Absolutely.
We agree. Those are our words, not yours.
No, I just wanted to say in the row of great conductors that this choir had, I am very honored to stand there. So.
And doing a
very pleased.
fantastic job.
Thank
The
you.
choir sounds absolutely wonderful. And, regarding Koshetz, he was an ethnomusicologist as well. He was doing like Bela Bartok, his contemporaries, going out into the villages and transcribing this music. But it's not just folk music, right? It's chamber music and liturgical music as well. And so that adds to the repertoire that the choir can perform.
Absolutely.
And it's such a wonderful thing. So how long has Koshetz choir been around?
We're actually coming up on our 70th anniversary year.
Congratulations.
Koshetz the choir actually started as a result of summer courses that Olexander was the conductor of at the UNF here. He did that for a few summers, and that group of people continued on. So we are coming up on our 70th anniversary. We have some interesting plans, hopefully.
Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about those?
Before the Canadian dollar dropped, we were going to Minneapolis. We may still be.
Oh, boy.
We're going to have to re-vote on that one. But it's part of we were going to do perhaps a May recital, perhaps this May or June trip, and then fully celebrating our 70th anniversary in November. And we're trying to work that one out as well. We're also very blessed that our conductor is pregnant. So we're having to make sure that our plans aren't too set in stone. But so we're asking everyone to be patient with us as we try and make it through this year in this blessed event.
Yeah, well, we're excited to see, how the year shapes up. Is there anything immediate that you guys want to talk about?
Absolutely. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., we are performing as part of Osradok's Kolyada Fest. There are 5 different choirs performing. We have some handbellers from Gimli and around the area. We have Rosemary Tadashchuk and her double bass player doing a duet there, and we have the Vertep from Ukrainian Students Association and theological students from St. Andrew's College.
Oh, well, looking forward to
So
seeing
it'll be a very interesting...
And Husli.
Well, of
great.
course, Husli.
Yeah, well, the back-to-back weekends here, and I know there's a couple members doing double duty here with Husli and now here with Koshetz. It was such a pleasure having you guys on. What did you want to leave us with?
Well, we will continue with traditional and one of the classic performance, of the classic carols that we have. Traditional would be by Hayvoronsky, which is Narodzенство Христово, and Щедрівка, that everyone pretty much knows, right?
Yeah.
I will leave it at that. And that's our Ukrainian classic for everyone to know, written by Mykola Leontovich.
Take it away.
Народжество Христове є, диво дивне, народився нам Ісус Христос, дитя малеє. Народився нам Ісус Христос, дитя малеє. Зійшла зоря і за моря зупинилася. На Ісуса рожденого задивилася. На Ісуса рожденого задивилася. Ой, дарили у всі дзвони, у всі зелені. щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка, стала собі щебетати, господаря викликати. Ти не веди, господарю, подивися на кошару, там овечки покотилися, янички народились. Тебе давай, весь хороший, будеш мати мир хороший. Тебе давай, весь хороший, будеш мати мир хороший. Тебе жінка чорноброва, хоч не грошей, то голова. Тебе жінка чорноброва. Щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка, стала собі щебетати, господаря викликати. Ти не веди, господаря, подивися на кошару, там овечки покотилися, янички народились. Тебе давай, весь хороший, будеш мати мир хороший. Тебе давай, весь хороший, будеш мати мир хороший. Тебе жінка чорноброва, хоч не грошей, то голова. Тебе жінка чорноброва.
The Olexander Koshetz Choir, one of our unique choral cultural ensembles found right here in Winnipeg, live as part of the latest installment of Classic 107 Live. Thank you to director Miroslava Pachis for that wonderful, wonderful performance.
From our studios in downtown Winnipeg, you've been listening to 107 Live, Classic 107's intimate concert series, the soundtrack for your life.